Folks, Norm the teacher here again, and I've got another 3-minute introductory metalworking lesson for you. And in today's lesson, I want to talk about the concept of backlash. Backlash is where when you turn a dial, let's say that you want to turn this dial here to move this crossfeed 1/1000th of an inch this way. But notice that when I turn it, it doesn't move. And the way I can tell whether it moves 1/1000th of an inch or not is I have this dial indicator set up where it's touching right here. And if that were to move 1/1000th of an inch, this would move like this, except it would only move one notch. It's hard for me by hand to move only 1/1000th of an inch. Okay, so this is one place where a dial indicator comes in handy is when I move this. In metalworking, sometimes you have to only take off 1/1000th or even 1/2 of 1/1000th of an inch from some metal to get a perfect fit. Well, with backlash is caused by the threads in this bolt that go through a threaded hole in here that moves this. There's slop in it. The threads are not real tightly fitted together, so you get slop. So you can move this dial, several thousandths of an inch, because each of these marks represents 1/1000th of an inch of movement. And notice that the dial indicator doesn't move. But once I take up the slop, which is right about there, now watch when I turn this just 1/1000th of an inch, that dial will move. See? Now, if I wanted to move back the other way, I got slop to deal with again, backlash. There's no movement until the threads make contact. There's that slop. That right there, that's that slop area right there. That's what's called backlash. Now I can feel that I made contact, so now I move it clockwise, and the dial indicator goes back 1/1000th of an inch. 2/1000ths, 3/1000ths. So that's the concept of backlash, is where you have slop in the threads here. Now, the tighter that your threads are, the less backlash you'll have. But the problem is, if you make your threads so tight that you have no backlash, it's difficult to turn things like this knob. So what you want to do is you want to set up a dial indicator. If you need to detect very minute movement, then you would set up a dial indicator like this,